Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats and welcome CEO and founder Stacy Lindsay to the stage. Please be aware that all seats are open except for the front row. Take a seat wherever you like.
I don't know if you could hear that, but just feel free to take a seat anywhere you would like. Thank you. I just wanted to welcome everyone tonight. We're so glad to have you here this evening at our first CCF Awards dinner. When Juan came on board, he suggested that we do the awards ceremony more like the Academy Awards, then incorporate it in. So this is kudos to Juan. If you would please place your dinner selection ticket, that little colored ticket that you got, just above your plate so your entree will get to you. We're going to move through the program while you enjoy your meal, so you can get started. Dessert or salad, whatever you prefer. The strength of this community is undeniable. It is seen in the way patients support each other, in the dedication of caregivers, and in the commitment of scientists and clinicians who are working to find better treatments, and in the continuing support of our sponsors. As new treatments emerge, we are reminded that we are on a path to finding a cure. Tonight, as we come together to celebrate, we recognize that every effort, every breakthrough, and every shared story brings us closer to a future full of progress. This short video is just a snippet of strength and hope in action, and I hope you enjoy it. After the video, dinner will be served, and we will continue with the program.
The only way to get cholangio known is to get it out there.
Cholangiocarcinoma, a rare, often unheard of, and aggressive cancer of the bile duct, affects 10,000 people and their loved ones each year. The disease is devastating, and before 2006, little was known about it. The Clements family came together when the 38-year-old Mark received the heart-wrenching diagnosis. They quickly realized the need for an organization to provide resources for patients. Inspired by Mark's unwavering spirit and determination to help others facing this cancer, the family created a lifeline for patients and their caregivers, the Cholangiocarcinoma Foundation. The foundation has grown to be a leading global resource for the cholangiocarcinoma community, changing the course of the disease through patient advocacy and research.
I live in South Carolina, and there just was not a lot of treatment options there. Being a stage 4 patient, things were not looking so great. So just hearing their words of encouragement and seeing what the foundation is doing for patients is just tremendous, and gives me hope, gives my family hope.
With a mission to find a cure for cholangiocarcinoma, the foundation works with brilliant minds worldwide to conduct innovative research and develop new treatments and therapies. CCF's first chief medical officer has spent his career studying this rare cancer and is bringing hope to patients by driving research forward.
What I observed was that in many other cancers, there were standards of care. I call them the foundation stones. And we had no foundation stones in cholangiocarcinoma. There are patients who really need the treatment and clinicians who are willing to enroll patients in clinical trials to improve those standards of care, move the dial.
Cholangiocarcinoma in general really epitomizes the team that is essential to take care of patients that have this disease. These patients are met with challenges of nutrition, of biliary obstruction, pain, deconditioning, etc. And so really it's that team approach. How can we take this rare cancer subtype with very unique, genetic alterations driving the cancer and do thoughtful clinical trials that are actually going to move the needle forward and value the time commitment and trust that patients have in us.
The way they explain the chemotherapies, immunotherapies, and the trials that they've done, and what the road ahead, and in layman's terms, the way they just explained it was just amazing. I mean, honestly, I think there's just no way that I won't be successful. There's so many drugs out there that they're working on, so many trials that I've learned about. It's amazing. I'm blown away.
The Cholangiocarcinoma Foundation has a research fellowship program that supports early career researchers dedicated to studying cholangiocarcinoma. Since 2015, we've awarded more than $2.5 million in grants to 49 researchers. People living with cholangiocarcinoma and their loved ones are the heart and soul of the mission. They motivate everyone involved in the effort, and they positively influence the lives of others. It is a crucial time in the Foundation's history as we're on the precipice of significant research and treatments. With your support and the steadfast dedication of the cholangiocarcinoma community, we are ready for the next chapter. Those who have lost loved ones have turned their grief into action, volunteering to support patients and funding research to pave the path for others.
You know, I always feel bad when I tell a patient that my daughter did pass, but I said to him, there's great hope. There is so much going on now for new drug authorizations that weren't available when she was alive and that are now. I said, so don't ever give up. I said, there's always things on the horizon, and it's because of research fellowships, scholarships like this.
Yeah, I would add to that last year we heard one of the presenters talking about she was a recipient of awards years ago. And then to bring that full circle, that doctor was working with Sarah on a clinical trial, and Sarah was one of the first people in the world on that trial. And that drug was given FDA approval last September. That's a way to keep the legacy going.
Continuing forward, even though my dad had passed away, one thing he had always said was, it's not going to work out for me, but, keep working for the next guy's daughter.
We can't change the outcomes that have happened, but we can change the future. And there's a lot of momentum with cholangiocarcinoma and what the foundation has done. And I think that more of us can do things. It doesn't have to be big things. Small things help as well. Just telling people and raising the awareness can help those that come behind us.
We all live on the one basis of hope. Hope for a better tomorrow. Hope for the next patient to get a better opportunity. And the only way that we can do that is to put ourselves out there, to let our story be known, to make other people want to get involved, want to know what this is, and want to make a difference in the world.
The community's compassion has fueled progress and sustained determination. Your generosity profoundly impacts these collective efforts, and your participation will help transform care, research, and the advocacy landscape. Join us in supporting the Cholangiocarcinoma Foundation to change lives, rewrite the future, and ultimately find a cure for cholangiocarcinoma. Together, we can bring hope to all those affected by cholangiocarcinoma.
see. Over the past couple of days, we have shared research priorities, engaged in meaningful discussions. Okay, here we go. Over the past couple of days, we have shared research priorities, engaged in meaningful discussions, and strengthened the bonds that make this community so special. This conference is more than just a meeting. It is a catalyst for progress, bringing together all of the stakeholders with one shared goal of improving the lives of those affected with cholangiocarcinoma. Your dedication, passion, and commitment inspire us, and tonight we take a moment to celebrate those who have gone above and beyond. The Mark R. Clements Awards recognize outstanding contributions to the cholangiocarcinoma community. These honorees exemplify dedication, advocacy, and impact in patient support and research. Please turn your attention to the video presentation and join me in celebrating the exceptional individuals who we are honoring this evening. I'd like to ask my family. I have 19 family members here today. I'd like to ask them to join me up on stage. I'm not going to introduce everyone to you, but I would like to introduce Mark's newest grandchild, Miss Davy Clements. Give her a hold up. This is Davy. So she was just born a couple weeks ago. Okay, we're going to start the video. Each year, the Cholangiocarcinoma Foundation honors the significant contributions of community members through the Mark R. Clements Awards. These awards are the highest and most prestigious recognition a community member can receive from the foundation. The awards began in 2019 and honor CCF co-founder Mark R. Clements, who passed away from the disease in 2007. Awardees are recognized for their contributions to advocacy, vision, innovation, and collaboration. CCF staff nominate individuals, and the Clements family chooses the recipients. The Award for Excellence in Volunteerism honors individuals whose dedication and service have profoundly impacted the lives of patients, caregivers, and families within the CCF community. With immense gratitude, we present the award this year to Tony Pham. Tony exemplifies the spirit of volunteerism with an unwavering commitment to the cholangiocarcinoma community. Her journey began with the devastating diagnosis of her beloved sister Nicole, which ignited her passion for advocacy and research. From that moment forward, Tony immersed herself in understanding the science of this rare cancer. She was determined to help others navigate their own challenging pathways. Since 2019, Tony has mentored 43 individuals through the CholangioConnect program, offering them guidance, emotional support, and critical insights into clinical trials. She goes above and beyond, conducting in-depth research to provide the best possible information to those in need. Her impact extends globally because she has mentored patients and caregivers across the U.S. and internationally. Tony is an active member of our Research Advocacy Committee, ensuring the patient perspective is integrated into industry-related documents such as patient-facing materials, protocol designs, and grant applications. She has participated in multiple patient advisory boards, shaping research and drug development. Her contributions have been instrumental in making complex medical information more accessible for patients and families. Beyond her research and mentorship, Tony has played a vital role in the Foundation's initiatives. She was a key volunteer for the Journey of Hope during CCF's 15th anniversary celebration and helped organize an in-person gathering in Houston. She has been an indispensable presence at the annual conference, not only volunteering, but facilitating caregiver support groups, where she's been a source of strength and invaluable knowledge. Her openness and dedication have been crucial in growing the Cholangio Connect program and expanding its reach. She even appeared on the Cholangio Heroes podcast alongside her mentee, Tung, demonstrating the lasting bond she forms through her advocacy. Her extraordinary service has not gone unnoticed. She is a multi-year recipient of the President's Volunteer Service Award, and on December 1st, 2023, was honored with the prestigious Daily Point of Light Award for her exceptional volunteer work. Tony's dedication to this cause is a testament to the power of advocacy and the strength of community. She continues to honor her sister's memory by lifting others up, providing hope, and making a tangible difference in the lives of those facing cholangiocarcinoma. Tony, we are deeply grateful for your passion, your generosity, and your unwavering support. Thank you for everything you do.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, I'd like to thank the Clements family and the foundation for this honor. I am truly humbled and honored. It is really out of Mark's love for this community and your love for your brother that we are all here today. A month after I lost Nicole, I was contacted by a stranger, a caregiver who was looking for support as he was coming to Houston. He and his husband were coming to Houston for a second opinion. I was deep in my grief and it was so raw, I didn't know what to do, but I know I could not say no. And I know I could not leave the fight. A couple of months later, I attended my first conference in February 2019. I didn't know what I would be doing here. I didn't know if I had a place. But what I found was a community, and what I really found was my purpose. I met patients and caregivers who were interested in talking about the science, who needed help understanding the disease and navigating it. And I found that I could connect with people on a level that did not require words. And I found a way to put my advocacy skills and research skills to good use in a way that would honor my sister's legacy of service to others. And for that, I am deeply grateful. But as I stand here before you today, literally in my sister's shoes, I am reminded of how much more I have left to do. And I want to express my utmost gratitude for the patients and the caregivers who allow me into their lives to stand alongside them in their most vulnerable times, to be their cheerleader and to be their briefcase holder. So with that, thank you so very much.
Okay, if we could start the next video.
The Award for Excellence in Community Impact honors individuals who make a lasting difference through advocacy, awareness, and fundraising for CCF. This year, we are proud to recognize Christina Gambogi for her dedication to the cholangiocarcinoma community. Christina understands the power of community. In 2021, at the age of 42, Christina was diagnosed with cholangiocarcinoma, and she turned her personal battle into a mission to support others. Christina is a devoted wife, mother, and professional. She has balanced her own health challenges while becoming a passionate advocate, mentor, and fundraiser. Her resilience and generosity have touched countless lives. In 2023, Christina took a bold step in rallying her workplace, ShopRite, part of the Rabbits Family Markets Corporation, to support CCF through the Rabbits Family Market Cares program. Her heartfelt presentation led to CCF being selected as the charitable beneficiary, an honor repeated in 2024. Thanks to Christina's leadership, these campaigns raised funds for cholangiocarcinoma research and patient support and spread important awareness, proving the power of grassroots advocacy. Beyond fundraising and awareness education, Christina is a dedicated CholangioConnect mentor, offering comfort and guidance to newly diagnosed patients. Since June of 2022, Christina has mentored 11 individuals, 4 of whom have gone on to become mentors themselves, a testament to her compassion and her commitment. Even while facing her own treatment challenges, Christina has never hesitated to help others, embodying the true spirit of community support. Christina's words resonate with so many. The only way to make a difference is to fight with all I have. I want someone to get there happily ever after. Even in a cancer world, this is possible. Christina's strength, advocacy, and belief in the power of community make her an extraordinary force in the cholangiocarcinoma movement. We are honored to recognize her with the Clements Award for Community Impact.
Razzle dazzle, baby. Obviously, first, I would like to thank the family. I'm honored. You don't even know me. And I was like, what? I work at a grocery store that does charities. It was a no-brainer. My razzle dazzle obviously makes me pretty popular in a fun way. And that helps me get votes. Just so you know, we're on for 2025 this year too. So, my goal ultimately is we have 5 stores, but there's 300 stores in the entire co-op. If I can get us on there, then we could be even bigger. My heart goes out. The first time I heard Stacy talk about her brother, I thought about my brother. He is my #1 fan and has been there every step of the way. And my father has always told me to fight for what I believe in and to never back down and to never quit. He never raised a quitter, that's what he told me. And I lost him last month, and it was devastating. And as I prepare for a resection as a stage 4 patient, that's right, I'm doing it, and I don't care. I ain't scared. I know he's going to be with me. I think he left to take on a better purpose. And I just love everybody. This is like Disney World for me. I have no regrets getting cancer because it brought me to meet each and every one of you who are in my heart. People that lift me up when I was down at my worst. So I will keep fighting for everyone in this room who can't. And even the ones we've lost, because I want the next mother to not have to worry anymore. So thank you.
The award for Vision, Innovation, and Collaboration honors the professional contributions of a clinician or scientist whose work has significantly advanced the field of cholangiocarcinoma while being deeply engaged with CCF. This year, we are privileged to recognize Dr. Lewis Roberts for his groundbreaking research, tireless advocacy, and enduring partnership with CCF. Dr. Roberts' mission is personal. His mother battled cholangiocarcinoma. As one of CCF's earliest and most steadfast partners, he has attended every CCF annual conference, ensuring that research and patient advocacy remained intertwined. His leadership has not only advanced the science behind cholangiocarcinoma, but has also expanded its reach around the globe. Dr. Roberts is a pioneer in hepatology and genetic and risk factor identification for biliary cancers. At Mayo Clinic, he has spearheaded initiatives such as the Genome-Wide Association Study, known as GWAS, to uncover the genetic markers of cholangiocarcinoma, giving patients and their families a chance to contribute to a deeper understanding of the disease. His work in early detection and personalized medicine is shaping the future of patient care, offering hope through targeted treatments. He's a distinguished leader in gastroenterology and hepatology at the Mayo Clinic and is at the forefront of groundbreaking research. As a co-principal investigator of the first ever NCI Specialized Program of Research Excellence, or SPORE, grant focused on hepatobiliary cancer, Dr. Roberts plays a pivotal role in driving discoveries from the lab to the clinic, improving outcomes for those facing liver and bile duct cancer. Dr. Roberts is deeply committed to addressing health disparities. His work in understanding and reducing the disproportionate burden of hepatobiliary cancers among ethnic minorities, particularly among Somali immigrants, underscores his dedication to health equity. His efforts contribute to identifying risk factors, improving early detection, and ensuring access to life-saving treatments for underserved populations. Beyond the lab, Dr. Roberts has been instrumental in fostering international interest in cholangiocarcinoma research, particularly in Africa. His efforts have helped establish medical education programs in Ghana and Nigeria, improve healthcare delivery in sub-Saharan Africa, and foster global collaborations in hepatobiliary cancer research. These initiatives ensure that patients worldwide, regardless of geography, have access to better diagnostics, treatments, and care. His dedication extends far beyond his research. As a mentor, collaborator, and advocate, Dr. Roberts embodies the spirit of innovation and collaboration. His work has influenced clinical guidelines, fueled research breakthroughs, and strengthened the cholangiocarcinoma community. For his unparalleled contributions, we are honored to present Dr. Lewis R. Roberts with the award for Vision, Innovation, and Collaboration. His unwavering commitment to advancing knowledge, improving care, and supporting patients exemplifies the very best of scientific and medical leadership.
Thanks so much, Stacy and the Clements family. This is such an honor. It'll be almost exactly 26 years ago that my mother passed away from cholangiocarcinoma. And it's one of those ironies of life that I was turning my face towards studying cholangiocarcinoma, that started doing work with under Dr. Gore's leadership. We had started the clinic at Mayo Clinic that focused on hepatobiliary cancers. When she called me and said, you know, I was just found to have jaundice and the doctor is trying to figure out what's going on. But I think, you know, as we've grown as a community, it's been really a place here at the Cholangiocarcinoma Foundation that I think I've found family and a sense of shared purpose to work together against this illness. But I think also that more than the family aspect has been the aspect of collaboration and teamwork. And a good bit of the work that we've accomplished together has been in the genome-wide association study for inherited risk of biliary tract cancers. And as I reflect on this, I don't think that there's a better study that embodies the idea of it's a kind of study that no one institution, no one person could do alone. It is truly a labor of love by many. And I see this award really as one that reflects back on this community, because many of you here in this room have worked to collect the samples, have been patients that contributed the samples, and at all the different institutions around the world are helping us to build this body of work that hopefully will better shed light on how it is that we sometimes have an inherited risk that's passed on through generations. And hopefully, as we better understand this, we'll be better able to prevent cholangiocarcinoma. And so I'd just like to thank again Stacy and the Clements Foundation, thank each and every one of you. I'd like to thank my wife, Rosebud, who represents our family, and just for all the support that they've provided. And thanks again for this honor.
I just want to thank my family members. I've had so much support, and I just really appreciate them being here. And I want to put my glasses on. I want to express our deepest gratitude to the honorees and the amazing work they've done and continue to do for this community. I would also like to note the generous support of our conference sponsors. Their logos appear throughout our conference materials, and I invite you to stop by their booths tomorrow, when they will be there, and learn about the progress they are making for patients. And a special thank you to AstraZeneca as our lead sponsor. Also want to thank all of our generous donors. Your partnership helps us fund critical research and provide essential resources to patients and families worldwide. Your generosity fuels our progress. We're going to take a short break for a couple of minutes so you can eat. And then Dr. Valet is going to come up and share the next part of our program. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Chief Medical Officer of CCF, Juan Valet.
Good evening, everyone. I'm also going to welcome to the stage Ben Stanger and Samira Ilyas, who you've already been introduced to during the conference. So first of all, thank you so much for being here. This event has always been one of the highlights of my year. It has always been a touch point where I connect with patients. And I think the welcome dinner, for those of you who were at the welcome dinner, is a real reminder of why we do what we do in the lab, in the clinic, and in all our other activities. I think the last couple of days, you guys have all been very engaging. Thank you for all of that. We've gone through a lot of work. We've done 7 groups, just 3 to go tomorrow. So congratulations for all the work done. And I hope in that time you've also managed to connect with other patients and caregivers, connect with folks from industry. That has worked for both ways. I've had people from industry coming up to me and just speaking how meaningful it has been for them to speak to patients and caregivers that close, because it matters. You've also heard that we do a lot of research, and we're now going to move to our research fellowship awards. And you've seen this slide once before, but I just want to tell you a little bit more behind the numbers. So I told you that we had 66 letters of intent, 52 letters of intent were received. So, sorry, 66 were started, 52 were received. We invited 22 full applications, and we're going to award 11 fellowships tonight. But what is behind those numbers is 7 months worth of work. That's from my team at Cholangiocarcinoma Foundation, but more importantly by Ben and Sumera, who really support the work that we do. So they chair the ICRN Research Committee, and they pull together the review panel. The review panel goes through all the applications that come in as letters of intent. They're scored. When we do find that there are some proposals that are not of a high enough quality, they don't make it through to the next round. And then we invite full applications, and then we go through a whole review, peer review process again. So this is a high quality assurance level of peer review to make sure that as a foundation we fund the best science. So I want to ask you to thank Ben and Sumera for all the work and support they've given us during the year. And I'm now going to hand over to Ben and Sumera, who will tell you who our awardees are this year. We're not inviting our awardees to come up to the stage. Not all of them are here. Some of them may be. And so we're just going to go through the awards, and over to you.
All right, thank you, Juan. We're going to alternate our announcing of the awards. As Juan told you, this was a very rigorous process. For those of you who were hearing from last year's fellows earlier today, you hopefully saw the quality of the fellows that we're funding through the foundation. It's really extraordinary, and I was just thrilled to hear every one of them. And I think this year's cohort is going to be just as good. Sumera and I are involved in reviewing these grants, but also I want to acknowledge that there's a whole grant review committee consisting of about a dozen or so reviewers, many of whom are here at the meeting and also invest a lot of time and effort. So I also would like to acknowledge them if we can just give them a round of applause. All right. So first up, we have the Mark R. Clements Memorial Research Fellowship, supported by CCF in memory of the Cholangiocarcinoma Foundation's co-founder, Mark Clements. And the awardee for that is Georgios Koulios from Vanderbilt University Medical Center. His grant is entitled Inhibition of Tropomyosin Receptor Kinase Signaling as a Therapeutic Approach for Intrahepatic Cholangiocarcinoma. So, congratulations.
All right, next up we have the Strengthen Community CCF Research Fellowship Award, which is supported by the Cholangiocarcinoma Foundation. Is this the, no. And that goes to Bin Lee at the Mayo Clinic, and his project is entitled Chemotherapy-Induced Senescence Promotes Tumor Immunosuppression in Cholangiocarcinoma.
Okay, next up, we have the Hope in Research CCF Community Funded Research Fellowship. This is supported by individual donations from 96 individual donors in the CCF community. Donations were as little as $5 and up, so every little bit counts, and I just want to point that out. So the awardee of this fellowship is Justin Lowe at Vanderbilt University Medical Center, targeting PIN1 in cholangiocarcinoma stromal and tumor cells to improve response to chemoimmunotherapy. Justin.
Next, we have the AstraZeneca CCF Research Fellowship supported by AstraZeneca. And that award goes to Sarafis Sadafan at Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center with his project on mapping the tumor and immune microenvironment in liver fluke-associated cholangiocarcinoma.
Next up, we have the Julianne Morris Callaway Memorial Research Fund Fellowship, supported by Jack Callaway and the Callaway family through the Julianne Morris Callaway Research Fund in memory of Julianne Morris Callaway. And the awardee is Kevin Wong at Princess Margaret Cancer Center, multimodal tumor-naive profiling of bile cfDNA for early detection of malignant strictures in primary sclerosing cholangitis.
Next, we have the Maria Vandervoort Memorial Research Fellowship, supported by Glenn Vandervoort in memory of Maria Vandervoort. And this award goes to Ainhoa Lapitz from Spain. Sorry. Wasn't worth tackling. And the project is entitled International Validation of Tumor Tissue Biomarkers for Predicting Post-Surgical Recurrence and Survival in Cholangiocarcinoma Patients.
And as you'll note, many of these awardees are from around the world, and that's a tribute to the foundation as well. Next, we have the Michelle Strati Family Foundation Research Fellowship, supported by Alex Strati, Aubrey Grossnickel, Noah Strati, Samantha Singleton, and their families in memory of Michelle Strati. And the awardee of this fellowship is Gada Noaria from Karolinska, DNA methylation-based blood test for early detection of cholangiocarcinoma.
Next, we have the Quack Out Cholangio 5K Run Walk to Crush Bile Duct Cancer Research Fellowship, which is funded by Team Cure Cholangio, honoring Arturo Mendoza, Penny Zeiger, and TJ Wallace. And that award goes to Farinaz Bargi at MD Anderson Cancer Center, Therapeutic Strategies for Targeting KRAS in Biliary Tract Carcinoma.
Next, we have Stephanie and Lawrence Dahl Research Fellowship, supported by Lawrence and Stephanie Dahl. And the awardee here is Haley Ellis from Mass General Hospital, Resistance to Mutant IDH Inhibition in Cholangiocarcinoma.
Next, we have the Stuart Mather Memorial Research Fellowship, supported by the Mather Family Foundation in memory of Stuart Mather. And that award goes to Davide Pavaro at Mayo Clinic. BAP1 loss of function protects mitochondria and confers cholangiocarcinoma resistance to ferroptosis.
Patient Champion Research Fellowship. This is supported by a dedicated patient donor who is committed to advancing research and expanding treatment. This award goes to Donggi Moon at Mayo Clinic, novel glycopeptide biomarkers for diagnosis of cholangiocarcinoma.
I think that's a great testament to everybody who's raised funds and contributed to the fellowships. We want to thank all of our donors. We want to thank all of the mentors who are supervising the work that these fellows are doing. And they'll be here next year giving an update on their projects as you heard today. So thank you all for supporting them. Give our fellows a round of applause. And I'm going to hand over to Stacy, who's going to focus on the global community of cholangiocarcinoma who are meeting with us here tonight. Over to you, Stacy.
Thank you. I just want you to know that we take our stewardship of donor funds very seriously. We're so grateful for the scientific community for helping us choose the research that will make progress happen. And don't you just feel like the future is bright when you see all those amazing scientists? So thank you again to Samara and Ben who have led that committee. We're going to turn our attention to the incredible work being done around the world. I'm honored to introduce key leaders from other countries who will share a brief highlight on their initiatives and progress in cholangiocarcinoma research and patient advocacy. This is a powerful reminder that our mission is not limited by borders. By working together and learning from each other, we strengthen our collective impact and bring hope to patients everywhere. So they are over here at the table, and we're going to start with Steve Holmes from Australia. Can we bring the lights up, please?
Thank you, Stacey, and to your team, and thanks for providing the opportunity for me to speak. And to the audience and my fellow patients, I would describe the Australian Foundation as a patient-led response culture, defined by one question, one very important question. Does what we do right now, today, benefit today's patient? That is our test, and that is what shapes us to do what we do. Our culture, we help patients help themselves. Empower the patient, increase survival. Empower their community, exponentially increase survival. Our approach is as unique as it is simple. And to quote Sir Francis Bacon, nature, in order to be commanded, must first be obeyed. So too it is with cancer. To control and beat cholangiocarcinoma, we must first learn to understand it. Our philosophy is born on the battlefield. We ensure no patient be held captive to cholangio, but instead become the force that responds to it. This is our culture, and this is how patients become a survival system. And this is how patients win. The slide on the stage, wow, okay. It is not about awareness, it is about execution. A blueprint engineered for survival. Every word on that slide has earned its place. Together, they form a strategy and, more importantly, a culture that wins. Ben Kikuchi. Ben, you should have been on the stage last year, but you didn't make it. Today you have. You're here with all of us. And in closing, it's taken me 8 years to say in 2 minutes what must be said and what must be done today. Advocacy must be more than a voice. It must be a force of transformation. And we patients must be that force. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Next, we want to feature the Cholangiohepatocellular Carcinoma Organization in Canada. We can switch slides. Perfect, thank you. This is from Brenda Clayton. She was not able to be here with us today, but we just wanted to see some of the work that they are doing. And then next we'll go to Christine Lafontaine.
There's a lot of you, okay. So I work for the Canadian Cholangiocarcinoma Collaborative, or the C3 as we like to be called, and we believe that research is care. We were founded in 2023, and we support Canadian patients, caregivers, and physicians by putting a Canadian lens on information, often generously shared by the CCF, and helping provide support, advocacy, and help with creation of local communities across Canada. We also help with disseminating information to physicians and running a national multidisciplinary BTC rounds monthly. As a research collaborative, we are advancing basic science research on cholangiocarcinoma in labs across Canada, as well as bringing TIL manufacturing and TIL therapy clinical trial to Canada. We're also involved in psychosocial research, and we really believe that being able to bring all of these different aspects of the patients, caregivers, other advocates, physicians, researchers all together, that is where we are really going to be able to make as much difference as possible.
Next, we have Priyanka Joshi from, I'm going to say it wrong, Jararat Care.
Hello everyone, I am Priyanka, I'm the founder of Zarurat Care Foundation. We are the patient advocacy group dedicated towards biliary tract cancer in India. We started our operations in March 2024, stemming from my own personal loss where I lost my mother back in 2023 to biliary tract cancer. Our focus area lies around 3 different verticals. First one is patient advocacy, where we are focused around helping patients with the treatment navigation in India. We have partnered with around 14 plus hospitals so far and have supported 120 plus families across India who have been battling biliary tract cancer. Second vertical we particularly focus on is on the preventative awareness. On the preventative awareness side, we particularly focus on the social media where we are engaging with a lot of audiences to mark the importance and the importance of early detection and also about how these things can be handled in a better way. Lastly, we are also into research where we have partnered with a group of around 50 plus oncologists, researchers, clinicians, and we come together to discuss about different research priorities to battle gallbladder cancer, which is one of the most common cancer in India right now. And we are in our journey to completely transform the landscape of patient advocacy for biliary tract cancer in India. Lastly, I would like to specifically thank Dr. Milind Javle for his unwavering support to us. And thank you so much.
Next, we have James Hastings from Cholangiocarcinoma in Ireland. James is not able to be with us, but started this effort, this important effort in Ireland. We are keeping him in our thoughts and prayers, but wanted you to see the slide that he provided. Thank you, James. Next slide is representing New Zealand. It's Mandy Wallace. She is also not able to be here, but we just wanted to showcase some of the work that they are doing there as well. Next is Spain, is Elizabeth Baceles Molera. Atuvivi.
Now, yes, okay. Many thanks to the Cholangiocarcinoma Foundation for having given us the opportunity to stay here. Atuvivi was born February 2024, and it stands for, the meaning of Atuvivi means Bile Duct Cancer Association in Spanish. So I feel that the story behind Atuvivi is really nice because this project was led by the doctors, the oncologists, pathologists, researchers. Some of them today, they are here. Angela Lamarca, Teresa Macarulla, Alejandro Forner, Chus. So we are really, really grateful that they led this project and share with us, with the community of patients and caregivers. So so we have a medical and scientific board on the association with oncologists, the pathologists, surgeons, which also we have Christina, I think, around here today, psychiatrists, researchers, and nurses. And at the moment, we are doing support services to patients and caregivers. We have a WhatsApp community with over 100 patients and caregivers that have joined, plus all the others have contacted us and have not joined. Also, we are doing webinars. We have the option that when patients contact us to drive them to a second opinion. Also, we have developed already some materials like newly diagnosed kit and the essential questions to ask to your doctor, and more resources are coming. And we will organize this September our first symposium that will be focused for patients and caregivers upper GI, so the bile duct cancer, pancreatic, gastric, and peritoneum. And it will be with workshops from nutrition, sports, psychological, and we are really excited for having that first symposium. And also during February from this year, we had the opportunity to light up in green more than 150 buildings across Spain, more than 115 cities joined the cause, and they share on their social media, the city hall, so we were really excited that they support such a cause. Also, we were featured in a lot of Spanish media since the beginning that we kick off the association. And we also started with fundraising activities. For instance, sports fundraising with running races, and also some arts campaigns. So yeah, many thanks to all of you. And a special thanks to all the oncologists, researchers, nurses, psychiatrists, all the healthcare system from Spain that are here supporting us. Thank you.
Next is Helen Mormont from the AMMF. Helen is going to be last, but Helen was first.
Thank you, Stacey. It's a pleasure to speak to everybody this evening, and Stacey, thank you so much for this opportunity. Yes, when AMMF was founded in 2002, we were the world's first charity dedicated solely to cholangiocarcinoma. We're based in the UK, registered with and working under the rules of the Charity Commission. Today, we work not only throughout the UK, but across Europe, and we collaborate globally. The cholangiocarcinoma patient is at the heart of everything AMMF does, and we are resolute in bringing about improvement for all those diagnosed with this challenging cancer, and we're wholly committed nationally and internationally to challenging cholangiocarcinoma on all fronts, including by providing support and information to individuals or groups to support a patient or a loved one along their journey. I have to apologize for my gravelly voice. Apparently I've got Salt Lake City throat, so. And also we empower patients and their loved ones to advocate for themselves, to seek better care, new treatment options, and second opinions. We also advocate for patients to ensure they have access to the latest treatment options and a minimum standard of care that's appropriate to them. We work to raise awareness of cholangiocarcinoma, to support earlier diagnosis, fair and fast access to treatments, including new treatment approaches. And we also work to encouraging and funding continued research into the causes, diagnostics, and new treatment options. And we also work with those healthcare professionals, researchers, and policymakers who have the power to ensure that healthcare policies better reflect the needs of those with cholangiocarcinoma. Thank you.
Helen, I'm sorry, could you just come up on stage, all of you, please, just quickly with me? While they're coming up, I'd just like to get a picture. While they're coming up, I just want you to know this is an amazing group of leaders, and we are working together globally to change the trajectory of this disease. And I'm sorry, this is a super emotional week for me, every year. But I just really wanted to echo something that Elizabeth said, which was that none of us could do this without the support of these amazing clinicians and scientists in this room. We are not medical professionals. You cannot do this kind of work in a vacuum. We have to work globally. And I just want to thank all of those who are here from the beginning with us and who helped start these organizations. Thank you so much. And I want the patients and caregivers to know that this is volunteer work that these scientists and clinicians are doing, spending time helping us build these organizations so that we can do the work that needs to be done. So would you please put the lights up? Please. I'd just like all of the scientists and clinicians to stand. Can we put the lights up? And I just want you to give them a round of applause, please. just wanted to say we can be as passionate as we want, but we have to have people behind the scenes doing the scientific work, so thank you. Now I'm going to turn the time over to Juan, who never cries in these kinds of things.
We work hard, we play hard, from tears to laughter. I'm not going to be telling any jokes, but I know a woman who will. I'd like to introduce you to Mary Ellen Holmes, who is a patient living with cholangiocarcinoma. She is also a comedian and a harp player, and a very good harp player. She's played the harp in venues such as the US Capitol, most places in DC, Fort Collins, and Denver, Colorado. And she'll be presenting a short monologue about cholangiocarcinoma, about being a patient, and about the journey. Over to Mary Ellen Holmes.
Hello, good evening. I'm Mary Ellen Holmes, and yeah, like a lot of you out there, I have cholangiocarcinoma. I want to thank the organizers of this event who bring us together, and you for coming, as well as our caregivers and loved ones. As a matter of fact, I have two sisters sitting over there who've been going around telling bad jokes so I'll look good. So those caregivers and loved ones are helping us during this difficult period of our lives. It's not exactly a trip to Disneyland, waiting in line for a ride. It's we're waiting in line at our doctor's offices. And of course, all of our new best friends are named Doctor. You probably know, you may know, that the main remedy for this thing is an operation, a big operation called the Whipple, named after Dr. Whipple, who first did it in 1935. But Dr. Whipple, you know, it's not exactly reassuring. Couldn't the guy have been named Dr. Strong or Dr. Sure Thing? No. But he wasn't, and that's the approach. I don't want you to think that I'm not thankful to the doctors and the nurses and the countless staff, not the insurance agents, but all those people who've tried to answer my questions and help me along the way. It was like when I initially went and they were telling me about chemotherapy and what it was going to do for me. And they said, it's going to give you 4 more months of life that you wouldn't have had otherwise. And I thought, well, is that 4 more months while I'm in the misery of chemo? Is that 4 more months after? Or do I get to choose? If so, I'll choose the year 2030. It's probably a decision a lot of you have had to make. And it's a difficult one. Do we want to put this stuff in our bodies? When I decided to do it, it just about killed me. I was allergic, and the skin on my hands and my feet fell off so that it was like Return of the Zombies. But I think I'm on the right cocktail now. It's better. But who knows? Who knows what this stuff is going to do? I mean, we're all so different. It's kind of like those signs that I saw in Turkey for the mineral hot baths. Cures diabetes, cures cancer, cures diseases of the shin and heart. You got to watch those shins. Especially since I think I'm just really kicking the can down the road. Well, for years, I didn't use deodorants because I was trying to avoid aluminum and those chemicals. And now I have it injected into my body. And one of them, cisplatin, you're probably familiar with that. It makes things taste like metallic. So when I go into a restaurant, the first thing I do is take a bite of the silverware. I donated my body to science. As soon as I learned about this, I signed up to donate my body to the University of Colorado Science. It's a thought. But I have to admit that I picture myself lying there thinking, oh no, don't cut there. But what really bothers me is that this old body will be under the eyes of all those young medical students. And that they'll know nothing about me except what's visible. So, to that end, I had my life story tattooed on my back. Really? I'm not going to pull it off because I got too many clothes on. It was quite painful, but it's just the facts, very succinct. Loved husbands John and David, family, friends, played harp, had a parrot, Edgar Degas. He made a good impression. It's really funny how much I want to be known. After just hours of lying there, lying there thinking, why me? Is it going to end? Is this it? And then realizing I had a little more time, I thought, oh, great, I'll know why I was created. I'll find my purpose. Well, I find I can hang the laundry on the line in record time. That's my purpose. Just enjoying the ordinary things of life. That's it. And maybe intriguing those medical students, harp, parrot. That is, if they turn me over. Did you ever think that that's really all that's going to be left of us? What people remember of us, that's all that's going to be left of me, and that's all that's going to be left of you when you're gone, that memory. Our disease affects one heck of a lot of things, as you well know. And it's weird the way you can be so sick and still look pretty good. You can't get any compassion. But because of its location, it just affects everything in the intestinal tract. And it's like a California mudslide or in the Panama Canals. But if I had any more Miralax in me, you'd hear sloshing. It's great that we can talk about this stuff with one another. I mean, how many strangers do you meet? You can talk about pooping, you know. And I have a tip for you. It's an old tip, coffee. But that just kind of eases things out, so to speak. I watched a lot of Saturday Night Live's 50th celebration. You may not know that the comedians, the famous comedians we now know, had to audition before 3 people for 5 minutes with no laughter, no audience. And I thought, been there, done that. So, you know, come on, folks. I want to bat at least 156. One of the strangest gigs I had was before a room of people named Sharon, just Sharon. And it just occurred to me recently, it's a good thing they weren't named cholangiocarcinoma. Oh, that's where we are. So here I was before rows of Sharon. Well, sleeplessness, that is the pits, don't you agree? Hold up your hand if you're not falling asleep right now. lying there awake, wondering, why me? Why did this happen? Did he really eat all the ice cream? Yeah, I think I qualify as an insomniac, just unable to sleep. And that got me to thinking about all the people who have conditions and must lie there and think, is there a God of sleep? Of course, dyslexics probably say, is there a dog of sleep? Well, we're here for knowledge and to share things, explain things, how to deal with things, how to learn these things. And since I'm anticipating that I'm probably going to lose my hair, my artist sister has already agreed. She's going to paint a smiley face on the back of my head, but I'm holding out for corporate sponsorship. Maybe a Target bullseye. In the meantime, I've got scarves ready, head scarves ready, and, you know, I can read palms. There are pictures in the infusion center that I go to on the wall, pictures of mountains, valleys. It's really beautiful. I'm sure they're trying to inspire us. But, you know, there are certainly days when I can hardly get up a stairwell, for Pete's sakes. And it brings me to a sour point, which is cancer journey. I hate that expression, journey. It's not a journey. When you take a journey, you know, you go on a cruise, or you lie on the beach, or you have a glass of wine and on a piazza, but journey? I think what's afflicting us is more like a parachute jump or a bomb exploding, a cannon shooting. It's not a journey. I'm sorry. I have a friend who has these oh well days. Oh well. You know, like those days that just float by without distinction. Oh well. But I think what's happening to us is more Orwellian. It's like when I first went in to see a doctor and they said, well, you can have chemo, you can have it for 6 months, you can have radiation, you can have this, you can have that. You decide. It's like, I don't know. The alternative is to be dead. I think that's very Orwellian. Don't you agree? Oh, Wellian. Like a dream I had recently of Tom Cruise. And there we were. He was sitting there. I was looking into his eyes. And I said, "Oh, Tom, I love you. We could be together. I could have your baby." And then I realized I was 78. And I thought, darn, why didn't this happen last year? But that's a Tom Cruise mission impossible. We're on a mission possible. So for all of you Trekkies, live long and prosper.
Thank you, Mary Ellen. Now, we get to kick off the karaoke, so nobody's allowed to leave. We got about 5 minutes for setup. Where did Christina go? She was gonna be our number one. There she is, all right. Christina's up first, and Dr. Mathel, where are you? Because I know you've got a list. Karaoke starts in 5 minutes.